Hello there! I live. You missed me? I'm a rat who is paranoid and I am here to draw. You are stuck with me. Okay, holy shit. This video is really late. Sorry about that. Things are hectic to say the least, but look at me finally getting it done. All right, what are we doing today? I've been in desperate need of just needing to draw some weird random character designs with just for the sake of that. So I was scrolling the beloved Pinterest in search of anything to spark that inspiration in me, reminding me of a board I have that is just random things I saved just because they made my brain go, ooh, we likes that, we want to steal that. So I decided I'd actually put that board to good use. Finally, after sitting there for way too long, I just went through and compiled a handful of these images that all gave me a matching feel to design a character based off of them with like their own like mini mood board or whatever. Pretty simple, but fun. Let's get to it. So the first one was just initially started by this image of a stop sign turned into an axe. This one has been on there for a long time and I've just loved it so much. I don't know, just like the story it makes you think of and just being visually very pleasing, and I very much like that sort of aesthetic where you're like, what had to go wrong that a stop sign was turned into an axe? And also I look at it, I'm like, I want that, I would like to make that. I feel like that would be awesome. I don't know, it's just really cool. So I collected a group of images that all kind of gave this creepy post-apocalypse look. I decided to start with this one to get back into the rhythm because it's kind of been a while since I'd drawn or just done a character design like this just for the sake of doing a character design. I just really love drawing dirty, messy designs like this that are just full of details and scraps of fabric and just total like street rat. That's why it's fun. I've always loved it. So that was just kind of like a comfort zone, and I was starting that. And as I sketched, I wasn't really anticipating, like, I kind of had like a vague idea knowing what I tend to lean towards, but it turned into like a post-apocalypse barbarian. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this guy ate human flesh on the regular. And this is so different from what I like normally draw, but I love it so much. I started with the full body, combining elements and details from the selected images, along with, you know, creative freedom. I was quite happy with it, but there were like way more details than I was prepared for, and no way in hell was I going to render all of that. So I decided to keep that just like a simple outline of what the full body looks like, and just do a rendered bust, which was actually really fun. We're just, you know, getting more into the nitty-gritty details, which I really love doing and rendering. So like what I did is like I gave this character like weird leg brace things. I'm not sure if in this world or wherever this character comes from, it would be like all these barbarian people wore, like forced to wear, or some variation of this. Like maybe like there are actual legs in there, like the leg fit in there, kind of like the initial reference images before I adjusted it. Or if this guy is just special because, you know, he lost his legs for some reason, so he got, like, weird metal bird prosthetics. I don't know. So there's a lot of belts on the image I found, and, like, all those belts and buckles, which I then used on other aspects of the design, and definitely made it more my own. I found this cool metal eye patch, which he definitely got, along with this creepy-ass mask that I did modify a bit, but I really liked it how it was. I didn't like completely copy it, like, but it is pretty similar. It has like teeth in it, like on the mat, like actual teeth on the mask, which then led me to include bones and teeth in the rest of the design. I tied them to the metal toes of the feet thing and onto his hands, like weird long nails. Definitely not, you know, disproving those cannibal allegations. I had this, like, biohazard satchel that when I was choosing the images matched what I was, you know, picturing this would probably turn out to in the end. But I had not anticipated that this was where I would end up, and it didn't really match as well. But since I had chosen that, and like that was like one of the images I had selected specifically for this, I did end up giving him like a shoulder guard with the biohazard symbol, and really just tried to like use that like fabric type and replicate that when I got to the rendering stage. Just kind of references, I suppose. At this point, the stop sign was starting to honestly look out of place. So I tried to drag in more aspects of the modern world and gave him like a dead end sign, like a thigh, wrapped around his thigh like a piece of armor, which I actually really love and I think really cool. It looks really cool. And tries to just include like more modern things like a fish hook in his ear. You know, just, you know, the things that he found and collected and is decorating his body with. This design is so creepy and different than what I normally do, and I am obsessed. And apparently I was really craving that different need. I just needed to draw something different and draw it differently and just do whatever I needed to do. So I did actually more like a painting for the rendering than what I would usually opt towards, and holy shit, it was so fun, and the result is epic. I love drawing stuff that look really messy with lots of texture, as I said. So the reason why I love drawing like apocalypse stuff like this, it definitely is like that's a big part of like why I love that, and it definitely ended up having like a Mad Maxian feel to it. And that style of painting, I think, really helped to get the message, what I wanted to across, and it went well. Did this take forever and way longer than it should have, and only got to 2 out of the 3 planned designs because of it taking so long? Yes. Was it worth it? Also yes. Anyways, I love this so much. If you guys have a name or lore ideas, I would love to hear them and share them in a later video for whatever I decide on. And I love hearing you guys' input on the characters I draw here. And recently I've really been like cracking down and working out the lore and really going in depth to one of my oldest and dearest stories and worlds that I've been creating for the past, what, like 7 years. And I've talked a little bit about it here in some previous videos, and there's going to be a lot more in the future, fear not. But this character design like really ended up looking like almost like concept art for that story and world. It's actually like made me give like a lot more thought and like visualize stuff for this world. And maybe it's like a specific character or anything that's like of any importance in the actual story, but it fits, and I think it's very helpful visualization. So like even if it's not like an actual like character design I would use, I think it's, you know, just a cool concept art piece to use in the future for ideas. Anyways, next character. Okay, and then this next design is like the total opposite of the first one I did. I had these like clean, cool looking, like techie, futuristic robot designs overrun with plants. The ecosystem backpack is one of the pins that's been on the board for the longest time. So I felt like, you know, what choice did I have? And I really loved that pin, so I was really excited to finally use it because it's just been rotting in the back of my mind for however long it's been there. I had no sense of time. For a while now, I've been thinking it would be really cool to try and practice my mechanical and robotic designs and, you know, push what I normally draw. Again, I usually draw like the grungy, dirty, like organic shapes and stuff, which like basically everything that last design was. And I think you can really tell which one I was more comfortable with. This one also gives like futuristic potential apocalypse, but a lot cleaner. Maybe these characters are in the same world or something. Like the world I was working on. Like honestly, as I'm like looking at this design and like it would actually fit really well. I actually would be really interested in exploring it and this character concept in that whole world I have building, and I might end up using her because I do like the story idea concept or whatever I came up for her. I combined the aspects of all the images I had to build the full body robot lady. I found this cool image of an old school computer that was turned into a fish tank, which, yes, that is her head. I love it. And it looks like so strange compared to like the super futuristic like sci-fi robot build, and I think that's kind of funny. And again, fitting for that world, which was not even intentional, but I love it. I was trying to imagine what her like story was as I was drawing this. And like I imagined that, you know, maybe she was like a robot tasked with helping preserve nature or whatever. Maybe she was programmed to do something, or like some sort of servant to these people as like, you know, just a robot android that helps with shit, but she like defected in some way and fell in love with plants or whatever. I feel like this design does kind of lack a bit of story and the details I'm oh so obsessed with, but I think it was a good challenge to try and draw the robotic things and not make it a haphazard mess like the first one and be a bit more like symmetrical. And I was going to give her that ecosystem backpack that I discussed that I loved, but it just, I don't know, it was looking out of place in her design, so I ended up scrapping it in the end, which I'm sad about, but it still did influence a lot of like the decisions. And I feel like I could have made it work better if I wasn't so rigidly sticking to my references because I had no idea what I was doing in this design. Well, I guess I'll have to just use that image for a future character. Anyways, robotic stuff, not my strong suit. I've been actually thinking about trying to do like a video where I try to like learn how to draw robots and mechanical technology stuff. Anyways, I think she turned out looking cute. Again, she's very clean, you know, save for the plants growing out of her, but still clean. So the rendering was strange and very unfamiliar to me in my usually very haphazard, scribbly, dirty look that gives texture that I was trying to avoid for once. But I think it looks good, and I don't hate it. I don't know. Definitely helps show where I need improvement, which I guess is one benefit that came from this. And I think it could be cool for her character if, again, she was like a servant in like the very modernized post-apocalyptic world that was rising from the ashes or whatever. And you know, these people kind of resented nature in that natural world, but came across a plant or something, and like, but she, like, doing her task or whatever, came across a plant and was transfixed and just wanted to help it and nurture it. And then maybe she was thrown out as a defective bot and decides to become like a host for nature. as she searches for like the last like plants or whatever and animal life and care for them. I don't know. Again, this is all very just me spitballing and throwing ideas and seeing what sticks. Again, I will take any ideas that you guys have. Maybe she ends up meeting our barbarian dude, and it's like a really, just like a really messed up Wall-E situation. Whatever, it's chaotic, and I feel like she will suit aspects of that world I'm thinking of, which is, I don't know, it's got ideas going in my head, and I gotta think on it, and I'll get back to it eventually. And if she ends up sticking around and helping out, you guys will probably end up hearing about it in the future. So, you know, this is fun. A challenge. Definitely revealed the things I need to work on more in my art and improve upon, which I think that's always a good thing. But, you know, all in all, considering my lack of experience, I think it helped. I think this was helpful. I think I learned some. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, art. I did the thing. It's there. Proud of me? This video is extremely late. My apologies. I think I'll have to move from my once weekly uploading schedule to just whenever I can get my act together and get a video up, you know, for at least a little while, at least until things chill out. Y'all have been very supportive and really means a lot. And I really love making these videos for you all, knowing that you guys like actually like enjoy them for some reason. And then also you guys are like really sweet and like, you know, value my health to not overwork myself, which is nice, you know. Thanks, guys. But yeah, this was fun. I love doing random character designs that are just weird and out of my normal. So doing challenges like this just like really pushed me to draw weird stuff, and it's like maybe out of my comfort zones. And maybe it's not always a success, but I think it's always just really fun for me to grow as an artist, and I highly recommend doing anything like this, because sometimes I know I've talked about this before, I can just get stuck in ruts and like just drawing the same thing. But as soon as I like, you know, there's not really any like too much pressure on a character, and maybe I just have like some things that are inspiring it, I always really enjoy seeing what I come up with, and I think it's a really fun exercise as an artist. So thanks for watching and sticking to the end of my ramble. Comment if you have any ideas for these characters, names, lore, random headcanons. I honestly adore reading your comments and read all of them. Any interaction with my content helps, and following on my other socials, you know, is always good. So thanks, my ratlings. If this video does well, or if I'm so inspired, I'll probably do another one because I had some other images and ideas I wasn't able to get to in this video. Okay, wow, I need to end this. I'm really bad at starting ending these. Thanks for watching. You are dismissed from my clutches. Run free. You are welcome. Ciao.